Hi, this is Pam, Flower Patch Farmhouse, and today I'm going to walk you through building my DIY compost bin that is on the more attractive side than like a compost bin made from pallets. It looks kind of like a fence, so it's very decorative. And it's super easy. This does not have a way to open it because I don't open my compost bin, and I make composting super easy. I don't bother with turning it. You don't have to turn your compost to get good compost. You get it faster if you turn it, but it's a whole lot of work. And I place compost bins around my gardens, so there's something handy there as I'm cutting back flowers or plants, just to put it in there. And then I top it up with my chicken litter from my chicken pen, and that really helps. But there's also chicken manure you can buy pretty inexpensively. I think it's $3 for something like that I saw up at our garden center. So that is a really great compost starter to put on it. Or if you want to even layer a little bit of soil on it, that can help speed it up too, because the worms come up and they work on the debris to break it down. At the end of the year, or come spring, because right now it's fall when I fill them up, come spring, I just lift them off the whole pile, take the top of the pile that hasn't composted down completely, put it back into the compost bin wherever I place it, and then you're good to go. So you don't have to make it complicated to make a good compost bin or to get good compost. I've done this for about, let me see, what am I, 30 something years? I'm aging myself there, and never had a problem. So let's get going. First thing I did is cut the pieces to length. Now I wanted 36 inches, they say, to make a good working compost pile. It should be at least 3 foot by 3 foot by 3 foot. So I cut 2 lengths of the 2x2s, or I should say 4 lengths to 36 inches, and then I cut 4 lengths to 34 inches because when I screw them on here, this is going to add nearly 2 inches or more. That's not a perfect dimension. It's not going to be a perfect square, but this doesn't need to be perfect. So 4 at 36 inches, 4 at 34 inches, and I pre-drilled so that I would not split the wood when I put these together. So I'm going to take you over to my table that I set up so I can show you how I put these together. I also have wood glue, exterior wood glue that I'm going to use, and some long deck screws. These are the star heads. Who in the world went with all these different heads? Why couldn't they just do all Phillips or whatever? I don't know. Anyways, those were stars, and so I had to use the star tip. Okay, let's get going. Okay, so this is one of my 36 inchers. This is one of my 34 inchers. And I'm going to screw them together. And I already have this pre-drilled. This one I didn't bother because it's going in this direction. And that one kind of has a knot, so I'm going to have to be extra careful. I don't remember if on my original I used wood glue, but I thought, oh, I'll just use it on this one just to give it a little extra strength. So put some glue, oops, a little too much glue, and put it in here like this. And I just take my screw and I screw it in, holding on to this one side as carefully as I can. Do I have the right? Yes, I do have the right tip. All right, see, I lined up these two edges as best as I could. It's not perfect. And I'm using as much pressure as I can. And there, that is screwed together. I will do the same over on this end. Let me move these out of the way. So, well, on there anyways. Good thing this is an old yucky sheet. If the colors look a little off here, it is because there's so much smoke in the air. It gives an amber color to the sky and air. I'm in California and we're got a lot of wildfires going on right now. Let's see. Pull it out, and get it going. I know what it was. It was that knot in there. Okay. We're all good. And that split is not the end of the world. I will fill it with glue. So here is our first frame. And then I just do the same with these second set of pieces. And then I'll make another matching frame. And I'll get that done and I'll come back and I'll show you how I put the fence board pieces on. Now I'm going to measure, let's see, what have we got going here? 37 by 36. So I want probably it to go this way where I have 36 inches. So I'm going to cut my fence boards to 36 inches high. And I'm pretty sure this one's the same. Not so, oops. Stack them on top of each other. Alrighty. Pretty doggone close for winging it. Okay, so 36 is good. I will cut them a little bit taller because I want the fence board top to clear the top. So I think I'll cut them to 37 inches. So I will go cut my boards and I'll be back and show you how I install them. Okay, here's the second go around. Just for those who like to be more aesthetic, I'll start these right at the edge and attach them that way and then space them out. Okay. And this one. And then let's see, find the center. Close enough from there. Line it up. Check this. Move over just a hair. Oh, too much of a hair. 18. Okay, there is the second side put together. If you prefer that style, that's fine. Either way, it works for me. Okay, here is the fun part. Well, all of it's fun, but these are the drops from these boards. These were 6-foot fence boards. And when I cut these to 37 inches, this is what was left. And they're all pretty much the same size. Not exactly, but it's all going to work. Because I'll show you why. I'm going to move the camera back and I'm going to set up over here on the deck. So now I turned it up on its side, so it's just easier for me to put the rest of the boards on here. I'm going to put the top and the bottom, and then I will fill in the center. It's very hot out here, I'll have you know. Let's see, this one to this one. I'm matching the outside edges of the 2x2s like I did from the beginning on the side. But this way you use the whole fence board. None of it is going to waste. And let's see, it's going to have to skew it a little bit. This one is not on yet, but I will put it on. And then skew this a little bit. So this edge matches up. And this edge matches up. Perfect. There. And now I will go to the center. Guess I should measure where center is. I'll just measure between these two boards. It'll be close enough. 25, so that means 12 and a half right there. Good thing I have fingernails. 12 and a half. Right. Eyeball at center. Close enough. Measure between these two. 10, almost 10. 9 and a half. So we'll go this way a little bit. 9 and a half. Close enough to 9 and a half. Get this on there straight. Nine and a half. Okay, got it on there. Oh, this one's a little bit shorter than the other two. Put that all over. And I will get the final 2 boards and the boards that go on the other side. Okay, we're all set now. Finish off. So I put the top, bottom, and the top on. And now I'm just eyeballing where these go. I got the middle secured. And yeah, close enough. Okay, let's finish this puppy up. I did the other side already, and now let's get this side. I had to go reload my nail gun. Let me tell you, no one's going to come out with a measuring tape and measure your composter. And I usually have stuff trained up at like Morning Glory or something, and that disguises any other faux pas you may wish to hide. Gotta get that tag up there. Okay, last 2 boards, and it is finito. Probably when I was moving it. Okay. Oh, wrong direction. Wrong direction. Now, let me take you around here and show you the compost bin. Let me pull you off the tripod. So here's the side that I have on my other one that's facing the street. So it looks like a pretty little fence. And this one that faces into the garden, which is not ugly either. I kind of like that. But like I said, I have plants I plant beside it, and it grows up it and just makes it even prettier. And then there is ample space inside for whatever you desire to put in there. And if you think like the slots are too wide, you can make them, add another one and make them closer together so that there is not that big width. But I like my compost to get a lot of air, and I haven't had any struggles with, things falling out of it. So there you go, simple DIY compost bin, and I will show you when I find where I'm going to put it in the garden, and we'll see it in place. So here is my DIY composter in place, and I've already started filling it with debris, plants I've had to pull up or cut back. And then from my chicken pen, I have this bucket of debris, which I put on top, and it kind of compresses that down, fills the air pockets, and then I'll take a hose and water that down, and that encourages the worms to come up and start breaking down the debris. And that's how I make my wonderful compost. Also, I will collect leaves from neighbors who have deciduous trees, and my own deciduous trees. I have some dogwoods, and that's about it, but I have other neighbors that have oak trees and other kinds of deciduous trees that I can help or put in here to compost and help fill it. So I hope you join me in my next video, and we'll see what else I've got going on around here.